Thank you for tuning into this edition of the Volcker Report pre-market poll scan. Today is Tuesday, August the 1st, 2017. The time is 7:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Starting off with the US dollar index, as you can see, it's still in the 92 handle, basically. Not really moving, still under a lot of selling pressure at this time. That is not necessarily translated, though, into the commodity space. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is what I've been watching. If you take a look here at soybeans should be a lot higher. It should be at least around 11 or 12, but instead we're slipping back to 9.92 and 3/4. All right, just touching the trend line support here. Now, granted that, the agricultural commodities are subject to other, market conditions and forces beyond that, but when you have a weak dollar, it usually really propels the commodity prices, and that's just not happening. All right, don't believe me? Let's look at some other things here. He wants to really change some stuff here. Let's see. Interesting. All right, that one's not coming up, so let's check. Let's see. How about none of these? I just want to come up. Oh, now let's go here. Doesn't want to pull up any other commodities but the beans. That's interesting. I'll have to come back to this, but let's look at, let's see here. There's another one. I just got to think of the thing. All right, so can't pull up any of the commodities right now other than um, the the beans, but we'll just use that as a proxy. I'll come back to that. But anyway, it's just not translating, so it's letting me think that this move in the dollar is being more manufactured than just, normal market conditions. All right, take a look back here at the NASDAQ. It should be also noted that the Dow rallied some more yesterday and the NASDAQ did not, and the NASDAQ is still not, even today, barely getting above 59, while the Dow is on its way marching to 22,000, just as I had told you it would prior. And you can see here that we're still in a down sloping pattern. I don't think that that is going to change anytime soon, at least not right now. But that's something that we have to watch going forward for the next couple of days. It's still just kind of flat with the momentum reading, even though you're bullish on the short term. This is just one of those market forces things that I was telling you about that would start to manifest itself on or about July 31st, which was yesterday. All right, so now it begins. If we're going to see any kind of correction materialize, this is the time to see it. All right, let's see what else we got here. All right, looking at the new Russell contract, same thing, pulling back off that high. All right, and this is the end of July. All right, so this is a weekly chart, the week of the 24th. That's what it's showing you here. And then here we go on this one, which is the week of the 31st. So if this does not turn green, then this would confirm that top, excuse me, that I was telling you about on the 31st. And it should be all downward from here. All right, let's take a look at how gold is faring. All right, so once again, having a problem with that 1280 level. It should be noted, take a look here at the overnights too. The Dow was up 95 points at 21,937. It hit 961 in the overnight, just getting close to that 22,000 mark. All right, looking at the NASDAQ 100, 5902 and a quarter, up 19 and three quarters. The S&P 500, 2473 and a half, up five and a half. The Russell is up 470 at 1429.40, and the natural gas is at 280. All right, up a penny. The gold is at 1272 half, down 90 cents. Silver is off 7 cents at 1671 half. Crude oil is down 27.5 cents at $49.90. The long bond is down to 30 seconds at 152.29, and the beans is down 14 and a quarter at 9.93. All right, and your euro still above 118 at 118.43, down 18 pips. The pound is up 7 pips at 132.24, and the Aussie is down 19 pips at 79.75. So you can see gold is having a problem around 1280 right now. So once again, really failing to take out the prior spike highs. All right, these pointers are still pointing. So I think it's really going to try to power up here and make a run for it. It's still possible that it could, fall back down again before going back up, but these pointers are very telling. All right, and they're pointing to 1300. So we should at least clip the 1300 before, if we're going to fail and then pull back down again. So we'll be watching that, see how that manifests. Looking at silver. All right, silver's just, the weakest of the two. It's still struggling at this resistance level of 1678. Really going to need to get a close above that this week to really build some momentum going forward. All right, same thing with the natural gas. Still testing the support of the Kumo cloud. And let's see what else we got here. That should pretty much do. Oh, let me just take a look at where the Bitcoin lies. Now, Bitcoin managed to get back up to 2,800 yesterday. Excuse me. And the GBTC is starting to lift a little as well, even though it pulled back going into the close. So, where does that put us? Well, Bitcoin's up a little over 1% right now at 27.77. Ethereum's up over 7% at 211.85. Litecoin is up just over 2% at 41.18. And Ripple's up to 2.34% at 0.16, so 16 cents. And that's where we stand so far. Let's take a look at what Steam is doing. All right, Steam, let's see, is down over 5% at $1.13. So it's still on a roller coaster ride with the Steam. I don't know. Maybe one of these days we'll see it get above $2. Your Veritasium is down 1.23% at 0.7200. Ether deltas, if you will, or ethers. All right, so not a lot of action right now, as you guys can see. So we're still watching. We're still in the summer doldrums. Earnings have been pretty strong across the board, so that's helping the Nasdaq not to just roll over. But overall, um, we're gonna see. We're gonna see how much more of this jostling around we're gonna see. But there is a chance that this Bitcoin is going to take off here. So I'm going to be watching that one very closely. With that being said, be encouraged and come on over to Postway Trading. Come on over to .com so you can learn how to trade these markets. Get ready so when these things start to pop, you'll be ready and you'll be in the right side of the market. Um, Also, you want to take the study course so you can learn what it is that the central banks don't want you to know. And postwavetrading.com is where you will be able to do that. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I'm out. This is what I've been watching. If you take a look here at soybeans should be a lot higher. It should be at least around 11 or 12. But instead, we're thank you for tuning into this edition of the Volcker Report pre-market PULSESCAN. Today is Tuesday, August the 1st, 2017. They're slipping back to 992 and 3/4. All right, just touching the trend line support here. Now, granted that, not really moving, still under a lot of selling pressure at this time. That is not necessarily translated, though, into the commodity space. Let me show you what I'm talking about. The time is 7:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Starting off with the US dollar index, as you can see, it's still in the 92 handle, basically.